Hello everybody, it's Elena. I'm filming for the first time with my husband's phone because my camera died on me, but luckily I had already made 2 videos and well, I don't know how this one will turn out, sorry, but in any case, if it's a bad video, it goes along with this awful project I made. And I always appreciate so much your kind feedback. But this time I do appreciate it even more, and most of all, constructive criticism and suggestions. Because I tried to make a mixed media project, and it is truly awful. It is maybe the kind of project you could say it would be nice when finished, but the problem is that it is finished. This video should have been put up for the challenge hosted in February by Dawn Marie. You know, the challenges that started in January and then goes on in February, March, and so on. And the challenge was about altering or upcycling something to store our craft supplies. And at the local tip, there's an area where people put the things that don't use anymore, but they're not to be thrown away, so other people can pick them up, use them, change them, do whatever they want. And I found beautiful sturdy wooden box. There's a little flow here, but it doesn't matter. And it was I think it was the first attempt at making what I keep calling classic decoupage, because it looked like that, but for some reason, like I said, I think it was the first attempt because the box was, sorry, but it was horrible. And the color to these badly cut, fussy cut flowers in this color, they look like they come from a magazine. Well, I don't know, I didn't like it. Well, there was no way to do more decoupage on it or something. So I decided to go for mixed media because it's a style I love, truly love. And since the box is for me, it's not a gift or to be sent to someone, well, I decided to give it a try, hoping that this time I could achieve a good result. Instead, it was one more proof that doing mixed media is a nightmare for me. I'm not able at all. And the advice I need is how to finish a project like this. I mean, this project was doomed from the start because the decoupage on the box was so poorly made that there were outside, well, there still are underneath, outside and inside, at least 5 layers of flatting varnish. Flatting varnish is a must to finish the decoupaged object, but not 5 layers. And unfortunately, before realizing it, I mean, I felt that there was something strange, but what I didn't think was that someone could go over the latch with flatting varnish. Instead, I did. So the first thing I did was taking off this little part to close the box, and then I realized I could have never taken off, unscrewed these 2 parts because the varnish is stuck. They are completely stuck. And so there was no way to hide them. And then I started decorating the box, and since I will store my metal dies in it, I decided to go for mixed media, cutting many pieces of from a sheet of Krepler foam rubber. And the effect of the dies is wonderful. There are these 2 pieces and the corners, and then these 2 lovely swirls on both sides. And then the nightmare started because again, I don't have many glues. I mostly use my glue gun. But then again, using whatever material, whatever kind of material, whether it is wood or rubber or whatever, or metal, everything, on 5 layers of flattened varnish, it's like trying to glue metal on glass using a glue gun, which means nearly impossible. And everything, this is rubber, this is metal, and this is wood, they kept coming off. So I've done and dismantled, I've done and dismantled this thing 5 times until I decided for the final thing, and they more or less stayed in place at the time because not only I glued them, but I added underneath, before gluing them, a thick layer of acrylic gesso, not a uniform one. As you can see, it's raised here. I put the key inside on the acrylic gesso to keep it in place, and the same I did here and on the front. But I don't know how where I went wrong, because the overall effect of this thing is something completely unfinished with too many empty places, and finally I decided to paint it. I wanted to give it a metallic effect. Maybe it has it, but it's awful just the same. And once I glued everything, I went over all the elements with 5 layers of acrylic gesso just to hide and just to allow the acrylic paint to grip, because again of the flattening varnish. But I mean, the problem mainly is not the flattening varnish. That was what made me took so long to accomplish this thing. But the problem is that I'm not good at mixed media, and also I can't figure out what I did wrong. I decided to paint it finally with dark blue acrylic paint mixed with silver acrylic paint again. And then, once the paint was set, I went over some elements with my finger using some furniture golden wax. Well, actually, the only thing I like about this box are the 2 flower clusters. I added some hearts, and they look as I expected them to look. But apart from that, it's horrible. So please, my friends, I need your advice more than ever, because now I want to know how to finish this thing properly, or maybe in the future to make another one, because I think I will keep it as it is, just to store my dies. And honestly, if it were for a swap or a gift, I would have thrown it against the wall and started with something else. But it is for me, so I keep it as it is. And the last thing was that I couldn't add anything here as a beautiful latch, and because there was this thing, and there's the other part on the lid, and so I just glued this sorry little heart, and I was so discouraged that I didn't want to do anything more to this, because I didn't know what to do. So I thank you all very much for watching and for your feedback. So tell everything you want about this thing. I really won't mind if you say, yes, it is awful, you have to do it all over again, whatever you truly see in this thing, because it will be such a great help for me. Again, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.